HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. On today's edition of HCAM News, we'll fill you in on some upcoming happenings in town. Plus, we'll show you some upcoming programs that will soon be airing on HCAM and much more. But first, Hopkinton Hiller Winter Sports has been very busy. Here are the latest highlights and happenings. Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity hockey finished their regular season with a record of 12-7-1 and entered the postseason with the 16th seed in the Division II state tournament bracket. In the first round, 16th-seeded Hillers hosted 17th-seeded Gloucester, and it was a back-and-forth battle and started off with an offensive trend.
And they're going to switch it up in the face-off circle. Luke Salat takes it. Over to the point, a wrister, and it's in! Cade Francis nets the score for the Fishermen at 9:37 left to go in the first period. And Gloucester draws first blood. We'll see if the Hillers get a response. On up against Amaro. Petroli trying to work his way up the ice. Gets by the defender. Here he comes. And he strikes back! Matt Petroli! Matt Petroli getting around the defender. Takes it right up the left side and in he goes. That is just 9 seconds after the Gloucester score. Unbelievable. The student section on hand here tonight to cheer on the hometown Hillers. Billy sends it back. Dodio top of the circle. And it's deflected in! Ted Dodio on the initial shot. And it looks like Petroli might have gotten a piece. And he'll get the score. Dodio the assist. And Petroli has his second goal of the evening. That score comes at 4:56 left to go in the first period. Flippo now along the right point. There's a shot off the glove. Albino. Get over to Chase Albino. A pair of Albinos out there. Chase. Another shot there, and it's deflected in. It was Lucas Albino with the initial shot, and then Connor Curley gets the deflection, and Gloucester able to take advantage of the power play opportunity.
At the end of the first period, it was a 2-2 game.
Gloucester territory, poked up the far side by Harnish, quickly racing into Hiller territory, brushed aside by Spavento. Coming out with it is Merkel. Merkel putting on the moves. Gets it over. Looking for a shot, and it's in! What a shot by Will Iantosca! Will Iantosca was just slowly creeping towards the net. And then he had an absolute blast to put the Hillers back up. It's a 3-2 game at 11:50 left to go in the second period. 8 minutes left to play in the second period. Merkel sends it back. Hillers regroup and make a change. Oh, it's stolen away. Broaching. There's a shot and deflected. That was a good steal by Bryce Alvado. And the Hillers are in the middle of a change. They got lucky. Oh, there's another shot there. Puck's still alive. Oh, and it's put in off the deflection by William Lynn. We are knotted back up at 3 apiece.
Both teams had a goal each in the second period, and it's 3-3 heading into the third.
And that pass by Harnish deflected away, and now Merkel is free along the far side, and he brings it around, and then Matt Petroli off the deflection. Connor Merkel was flying up the far side, running around, trying to sneak it in. Marone got the deflection, but Matt Petroli was waiting at the right spot at the right time, and he is able to ring it in for another Hiller score. It's a 4-3 game. The score comes at 11:52 left to go in the third period. Set Berkeley. Sent up the near side. Empty net for Gloucester behind. Racing in and puts it in! Dietman puts Sailors up by 2 with the empty netter. It's going to be against Ian Tosca. Gloucester going back on the power play. 2:09 left to go in the game. A 2-minute power play for Gloucester.
Assisted by number 5.
Put towards the net. And now a shot from the point, and it's in! Unreal! Bryce Alvado makes it a 1-goal game. And we're not done quite just yet. We'll just try to pin the puck. And now here's Petroli, gets around the defender and just misses the open net. Sent up the ice, and that is going to do it. The Hillers hang on, and they win it 5-4, and they are advancing to the round of 16.
Hillers hang on for the 5-4 win. Matt Petroli comes through big, netting a hat trick. The Hillers improve to 13-7-1 and advance on to the round of 16 to take on the winner of Somerset, Berkeley, and Canton. We caught up with the team after their very impressive win.
Yeah, I think the boys answered the call. You know, we were looking to bring our best. We were looking to bring our fastest game, move pucks fast, skate as hard as we could. You know, we wanted short shifts. We wanted to be tough to play against, and I think the boys did a great job.
Yeah, and it was kind of a scoring fest in that first period. Then it slowed down a little bit, and that Gloucester team seemed to kind of have the same type of strategy you guys do, putting the puck on net, and had accurate shots. Can you talk about the busy goaltending night for Colton's Pimento?
Yeah, I think Colton did a great job for us tonight. When he can see it, you know, he does a great job making the save. You know, a couple of times we could have helped him out in front of the net a little bit more, but you know, we're always working on that, our net front presence, and I think the boys did a great job. You know, Colton certainly anchored us tonight.
And Matt Petroli, another hat trick today. Can you talk about his performance?
Yeah, Matty's been great for us all year. You know, when the puck gets on his stick, you know, he's going to find a way to make a play. Oftentimes, you know, fortunately for us, it's been ending up in the net.
Yeah, it was real back and forth. I mean, like, you know, like we just battled the whole game and like just persevered through everything.
A hat trick in a playoff game against a very good Gloucester team. How does that feel?
Feels pretty good. I mean, had one against them last year, so nothing new.
You had the go-ahead goal in that third period. Merkel, you were on the assist. Could you guys just walk us through that goal?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like, just coming down the ice, trying to create some space. I saw Will was hanging high, so I kind of dropped it off to him, knew he had a shot, and he just took it and ripped it, so.
Yeah, Merkel made a great pass to me. Had a lane, shot it. lucky enough to go in.
Your goaltender very busy tonight. Had to deal with a lot of shots. Can you talk about his performance?
Yeah, he's been huge for us all year, in and out of ups and downs, but he's done everything for us and kept us in a lot of games this year.
And Connor, the defense had its hands full. Can you talk about the Hiller defensive performance tonight?
Yeah, I would say they just leave it all out there. They block shots, they work hard, they battle in front of our net, so they do everything we can ask for, and they're a great group, very tight group, and they just go out there and play for each other, so that's all you can ask for. They're great.
All right, and it's either Kent or Somerset Berkeley next. Do you know anything about those teams?
Yeah, Canton's pretty good, I've heard.
We're just excited to go again. It was a huge win at home. We're ready to go against whoever we play against. So
it's gonna be a tough team, but we're ready for it.
What was it like facing that closer team?
They're definitely a very good team. I was a little nervous coming in last year. We didn't have the best result, but I knew we would get it done. Like Sam in warm-ups, knew we were the better team, so I was pretty confident in us.
And your offense came through big tonight. Can you talk about your team's offense tonight?
Yeah, it was great. It's nice that they're scoring goals now. We started off the year, we didn't score many, but I didn't think Matt Pedroia was going to play today, but he came up big, and he's come up big all year long.
And did you get worried that after the empty netter, when they got that quick goal to make it a one-goal game again?
I was a little worried, but I knew I had full trust in our defense and the boys out there in front of me, so I knew we were going to seal it away.
All right, what's it been like playing with this group all season?
It's awesome. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I just want to go and beat Canton and go as far as I can go, or we can go this year in the playoffs. So.
In-state tournament action, Hiller boys basketball ended up falling in the round of 32 to 24th seeded Quincy. Final score 81-58. In girls basketball, the Hiller girls had a good battle with 17-seeded Bridgewater Raynham, but would fall just short 42-34. And in boys hockey, first-seeded Canton defeated 16-seeded Hiller boys hockey 5-0 to wrap up state tournament play. We are going to take a quick timeout on this edition of HCAM News. A whole lot more ahead. Don't go anywhere.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
The Select Board recently set the date of this year's annual town meeting to Saturday, May 2nd, rather than having the meeting during the week.
Does anyone want to make the motion to set the start time of the May 2nd, 2026 annual town meeting at 9 o'clock?
Yep, I was just looking for the motion. Okay, I move to set the start time for the May 2nd, 2026 annual town meeting at 9 a.m.
I'll second that, Mr. Chair, and then with a question.
Okay, so we got a motion and a second. Before we go to roll call, thoughts, questions? Brian, you had one?
Yeah, what is the spillover date then in that scenario? What if we have to go to another day for whatever reason? Would it be Sunday or would it be the following Saturday? Or I'm not wishing this, I'm just asking,
Yeah, or Monday evening, I don't know.
Yeah, so if I may, great question, Brian. It actually doesn't say, so it leaves to the discretion of what our rules are in town meeting time, where at the end of the meeting, we can select a date when we're adjourning of when we're going to reconvene. Okay. So we're able to, we don't have to make it a consecutive day like it had in the older version of the bylaw. We can just say, we're going to meet again on Monday night of the coming week, or we could, if there's other issues with the space that day, then we can pick another day accordingly.
Okay, thanks.
But I assume before we get to Saturday town meeting, you'll know when the room is available. Like you'll know that Monday might work or following Saturday will work, because we don't want to be deciding on the fly and looking up if the room's available.
Yeah, we'll have a recommendation. We'll look into making sure we have recommended dates and times for if we have to go to a second day.
Okay, so we only have to decide the first day now, and before we get to the actual day, we'll have a backup date for.
Perfect. So with that, we did have the motion and the second. Any other thoughts from the board? All right, then we will go roll call. Amy?
Amy Rodebush, yes.
Matt?
Matt Kisner, yes.
Brian?
Brian Herr, yes.
Scheidel?
Scheidel Manon, yes.
Joe Clark, yes. So, all right, so town meeting is set for 9 a.m. on May 2nd.
Hopkinton Annual Town Meeting will be on Saturday, May 2nd, starting at 9 a.m. Town Manager Elaine Lazarus recently talked with new Hopkinton Water and Sewer Manager Jed Phaneuf on a new episode of HCAM series Hopkinton Works.
Tough for someone to get into this, or how can someone enter this profession?
So what I would recommend if somebody was interested is you could look into the associations like American Water Works or New England Water Works, which is based out of Holliston, or the Mass Water Works Association. All those associations have training, and they can tell you, they'll have like a calendar where they actually go to job fairs. So if students were interested, there's so many facets to our line of work: engineering, operations, chemistry, everything, you name it, construction. So I would start with those associations. Look, that you can also get your license through those associations. You can get your drinking water license. And then one I didn't mention was NEWIPCC, New England Interstate Water Pollution Control Commission. And you can go on there and learn of what you would need to do to be able to get certified to work in this field.
You can watch the premiere of the episode tonight, Wednesday, March 4th at 7 p.m. Hopkinton Women's Club recently hosted Select Board Chair Joe Clark as their guest speaker. Here's a look.
And then really, as I look ahead to kind of this next year, we as a board, every year we kind of do goals for everything. So, I think one of the big ones is, like I mentioned, the FY27 budget. Like, that needs to be balanced. We need to kind of look ahead at, both the budget and then capital projects and, start to prioritize those things. I think right now we are in good shape where it's looking like we'll be able to balance that. Again, our biggest concern is always avoiding an override, Proposition 2.5. Those overrides are where most people know that's what hits your taxes, for an increase. So anything we can do to avoid those things is great. Again, we're in the middle of the budget conversations now. We've probably seen, almost a half of the departments kind of present their budgets to the board at a meeting. So over the next few meetings, we'll go through those. And again, we're looking in good shape for this year right now. So I'm very pleased with that.
View the episode airing on the HCAM channels and at the HCAM YouTube channel. Do you like to laugh? Check out a new episode of The Early Late Show starring Arav Nadkarni, airing on HCAM channels and at HCAM YouTube channel.
A lot of people at the beginning of the new year create a list of New Year's resolutions. Although I haven't heard a lot of New Year's resolutions for this year yet. So I'm gonna give you some inspiration with mine. Give me 1 second, I just have to pull it up on my phone. I swear, I have everything on my phone right now. Okay. Oh, found it, awesome, all right. Number 1, rely less on your phone. Okay, could we get this printed out, maybe? Okay, great. Number 2, don't do your homework late in the night. Oh, okay, there's one thing I haven't done yet. I have not been doing my homework really late in the night recently.
You also haven't had any homework recently. It's the start of term 2.
Sure, but I still haven't been doing homework really late in the night. Number 3, be less stressed about life. Okay, I feel very personally targeted by that.
Shouldn't you? Didn't you make that list to resolve issues about yourself?
For more Hopkinton and HCAM happenings, check out our website, hcam.tv. The Hopkinton Chinese American Association hosted the Year of the Horse Chinese New Year celebration. Here's a look.
今晚让我们用所有的热情献上最真挚的祝福。
我是主持人陶子腾，
我是主持人王佳宁，
我是主持人钟瑶，
我是主持人梁艺欣。
我们给大家拜年了。
Everyone thought Grandpa would be super sad. Grandpa said, lost horse. I know that's bad. Maybe it's good luck. A few days later, guess what? The horse came back. And it brought lots with it. So many.
《
Upcoming happenings in town include on Saturday, April 11th, Troop 4 will be hosting their annual pancake breakfast and silent auction. It'll take place at St. John's Parish on Saturday, April 11th. Be sure to support a great cause and get your tickets now. The Hopkinton Women's Club recently hosted their monthly meeting on March 2nd. The program topic was Angels of the Battlefield, Women and War in the 19th Century. The presenter was Paulo Di Gregorio. You can check out the program airing soon on HCAM. The Knights of Columbus are conducting their yearly Food for Families food drive to support the Hopkinton Food Pantry, maintained by Project Just Because. The drive will run from Saturday, March 7th through Sunday, March 22nd. You can find all the details at our website, hcam.tv. The Metro West Symphony Orchestra is hosting MSO's Got Talent on March 22nd at 2 p.m. It'll take place at the Dwight Performing Arts Center at Framingham State University. You can check out metrowestsymphony.org for more information or to get your tickets. The Marathon Fund Committee is awarding 8 $1,500 scholarships to graduating high school seniors who are residents of Hopkinton. Applications are now available at the town manager's office. For more information, you can contact the town manager's office or check out hcam.tv. Upcoming Hopkinton town government meetings include on Monday, March 9th, the planning board will meet. It'll be live at 7 p.m. To view all upcoming town government meetings, head over to hcam.tv/gov, or for more information, you can head over to the town website at hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry, next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., we'll be back. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.